A Jamaican manufacturing company is assembling motorbikes at its Kingston Free Zone location and making a fair return on the venture, proving that manufacturing isn't dead in the island. I'm at Jamco Manufacturing Company in the Kingston Free Zone, and I'm here to interview John Von Strawley, the principal, the managing director of Jamco Manufacturing Company. And John and his team are doing a fascinating job, and that story we are about to tell you. John Von Strawley, the managing director of Jamco Manufacturing Company. John, thank you for this interview.
And thank you very much for coming here, sir. God bless you.
How did this all start? I hear you're assembling motorbikes here. How did this business start, and how did you graduate to assembling motorbikes in this facility?
Well, it started from 2000 when the used car business kind of was getting saturated, and I kind of had to look for some other different things to do. So I'd say, you know what happened? We brought cheap cars to Jamaica. Let me try and capture now the guys who aren't walking to see if we can get them riding. So I kind of went and checked out, but the prices for the Japanese models were so high, because I started bringing used Japanese motorcycles, and then I went to China and found that the technology with the motorcycles for the mechanical side, it was coming from China. So I ventured into China, started out in 2000, and you know, the quality wasn't so good back then, but you know, China keep getting better and better and better. At first I was kind of afraid of them, but from 2004 I started stopping people now to see how the motorcycles are, what the problem is, so that we can go ahead and fix those problems. So right now for 2008, 9, 10, it's unbelievable. The complaints are like less than 1%.
How are sales going?
Well, it started off kind of slow, but now we are doing a container a month, you know, so we're selling over 150 motorcycles a month.
No, I gather that you not only assemble the bikes here and sell some locally. I hear you do some exports. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we started in export in 2005, sending to Nassau and Cayman, and then 2009 we went over to Haiti and some over to Dominican Republic. But because of the problem is Haiti, because Haiti was our #1 market. But from the earthquake, things has really dropped off to like 10%. To what it was, we're doing like 2 containers a month over there, but it has dropped off. So we're hoping after it picks up, you know, we'll be back in Haiti again.
Now, to make this business a success, you need staff, and trained staff to boot. How do you manage that?
Well, when we started out in 2004, we did a joint venture with China, and China been with us. They sent down their technical engineers, and they were with us in the free zone for about 4 years, training the Jamaican staff, and they left about a year ago after they finished. So now it's all Jamaicans, but before it was all Chinese here. We had like 5 Chinese here, doing all the assembling, all of the quality controls, everything. They were hoping to stay here for 2 years, but the Jamaicans were a little bit tough, so they ended up spending another 2 years here, so they were here 4 years, so now it's all Jamaican now.
Tell us about the bikes though. The bikes look good. I mean, I went to a friend's place and saw one of the bikes, hence I'm here this morning interviewing you. Tell us about the bikes and the sort of standards they have and so on.
Well, you know, we started out having Bureau Standard came and checked our models too. So they were with us in 2006 to 2007, telling us and gave us a chart on how to do the quality control and what. So basically the engines and the carburetor system, everything is Japanese technology, even the transmissions, you know. So whereas mechanically it's all Japan technology. It's off of a CG, you know, Honda, and what I did, it was a 125, but I increased it and made it into a 150. So, you know, do a little change, because, you know, Jamaicans, you know, they like to climb the hills and whatnot, so I kind of increased the CC and made it to a 150 cc.
John, what stage of the assembly is this?
Well, this is the basic stage. Now, this is how the bikes will come into the boxes with a bare empty frame, right? And this is it here at the beginning point.
John, I'm told that this is the second stage of the bike assembly. Explain it to our viewers.
Right, this is where we start putting in the front end and putting on the main stand, right? So that we can get the front wheel on and start putting the engines on it.
Okay, and we're going over here now to the final stage.
Yep, this is the next stage now when we have installed the handles, the meters, the fenders, the wheel, the engine, the swinging arm, right, the rear suspension with the shocks and the fender. Also, we're start doing the electrical system now, right? So we start doing electrical here.
How long does it take to assemble each bike?
Well, if we have 2 persons on one model, right, it'll probably take them about maybe 2 hours, right?
To assemble one bike?
Just to assemble one bike.
From scratch to finish?
From start to finish.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Kingston's manufacturing company Jamco proving that Jamaica has the potential to be far more than a tourism destination. For Business Content Jamaica, I'm Owen James.